What's up, boys? Welcome back to the second quarter. I'm Jacob Wolf,
I'm Dalton Carty.
and we're going to go right into our record predictions for the year. We're going to go by division. So, you want to start off with the AFC North?
Yeah, I got the Ravens at 12-5, Bengals 11-6, Steelers 9-8, and Browns at 7-10. I don't think that Jacoby Brissett's going to win him very much games until Deshaun Watson gets there. I think Mike Tomlin's a great coach, so I got him at 9-8. Mitch Trubisky is a decent quarterback. When Kenny Pickett takes the reins, I think they'll have a winning record. The Bengals, high-powered offense, playing a tough division, 11-6, and then the Ravens are going to be healthy this year, 12-5. Lamar Jackson is an MVP winner. So
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I got the Ravens also at 12-5. The rest of it's kind of different. Bengals at 10-7, Browns at 8-9, Steelers at 7-10. I just feel like the Ravens aren't necessarily a lock to win the division, but without injuries, I feel like they're definitely the best team in the division, and like it's not relatively close. So I just think you got to go with the Ravens to win that. The Bengals obviously made the Super Bowl last year, but if we're all honest with ourselves, that was just an absolute miracle run, and I don't see that happening again.
I definitely don't either. Moving to the AFC West, winning the division, Chargers are going to be 13-4, Chiefs 11-6, Broncos 8-9, and the Raiders are 7-10. I don't have much faith in the Raiders, especially being in a tough division like that. They're definitely the worst talent team in there. Not saying that they have bad talent, but like as far as talent goes, they don't stack up to the Broncos, Chiefs, and Chargers. Despite the Chargers losing Tyreek Hill, Broncos brought in a new quarterback. I don't think they're going to figure things out right away, so they're going to be 8-9. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs, 11-6. Despite losing Tyrann Mathieu and Tyreek Hill, I don't think they're going to regress that much. And then the Chargers 13-4 because they're a great team. They added a lot on defense in J.C. Jackson and Khalil Mack.
Yeah, I got the Chargers and Chiefs at the same record as you do. I definitely just think the Chargers are one of the best teams in the league talent-wise, and if they put it all together, they could have a Super Bowl run. Then I got the Raiders and Broncos both at 9-8. I don't think either of them are like phenomenal teams on the level of the other two, but I don't think either of them are a below 500 team. So I got them both at 9-8.
To the AFC South, I think the Titans win the division at 12-5. The Colts are going to go 9-8. Texans 5-12 and Jags 3-14. Titans are still a great team despite losing Harold Landry. Derrick Henry's coming back this year. They put some pressure on Ryan Tannehill, drafted Malik Willis. I think he's going to show out. Last year the Titans went 12-5 with all the injuries they had. So to say that I've seen a lot of people put them at like 10-7 and 9-8. I don't think AJ Brown adds 4 and 5 wins to your team. Not to discredit him, he's a great player, but I don't think he's that good of a player to impact 4 and 5 games. A piece. So I think Titans go 12-5. Colts are going to be a good team. I think they just missed the playoffs though. Matt Ryan's an aging quarterback. Really, their only offense is through Jonathan Taylor, and they have a really good defense. The Texans, Jags, self-explanatory. Bad teams, bad coaches.
I got the Texans at 5-12. Same thing you do. Bad team, not a great team. Jags are actually going to go 6-11 in my mind.
Even with their first-round pick being who it was.
Yes. Trayvon Walker was not a great pick for the spot. I just don't think that you should jump up as much as he did just based on your combine performance, especially when he didn't really do too much at Georgia. Then I got the Colts and Titans both at 10-7, but the Titans win the division with the tiebreaker. I don't really see much happening in this division. It's going to be similar to how it was last year. The Colts are probably going to choke and miss the playoffs again in the last week of the season. It just seems like a Colts thing to do. And then last, we got the AFC East. You want to start this one off? You want me to start it?
Okay. The Bills are going to win this division, going to have the best record in the NFL, 14-3. Dolphins 10-7. Patriots 8-9. And then the Jets are 5-12. I think the Bills are the best team in the NFL. Despite the Rams winning the Super Bowl last year, they lost a key piece in Von Miller. And the Bills are just a great built team. They drafted James Cook this year too.
I personally think that the best team in the NFL with the number 1 defense shouldn't give up 45 yards in 10 seconds.
That's got a lot to do with play calling.
But that's just my opinion. I understand they were playing Patrick Mahomes, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
Listen, everyone that's watched this show knows I'm a certified Bills hater. I'm certified at that. No one's better than me at that. I will hate them forever, even if they go 17-0 and win the Super Bowl in convincing fashion. I'll still think they're ass. But I got them going 11-6. They're going to lose 6 games. Then I got The Pats at 10-7, the Dolphins at 8-9, and the Jets at 7-10. It's gonna be a very close division in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Every team made improvements really, except for the Pats and the Bills. I mean, they got Von Miller, but he's old, and they really overpaid for him in my opinion.
That's
and they still don't have a great running game outside of Josh Allen. I feel like that's gonna hurt them in bad weather games, as it did against the Pats last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel it's going to be a close division. The Jets definitely improved. The Dolphins improved, but I still think they're probably going to do a little worse than last year, trying to gel. And Tua is not a great quarterback. And the Pats 10-7, just not much to say. They're coached by Bill Belichick. I mean, he's the greatest coach of all time. He can probably take some monkeys and make them a 10-7 team, in my opinion.
I could see that. The moving on to the NFC North, I'm going to take a bold take here, and I'm pretty sure he has the same as me, that the Vikings win this division. I have them going 10-7. The Packers also going 10-7, but I think the Vikings are going to beat them in both games. Lions 6-11, and the Bears 4-13. The Lions aren't a bad team. They just ran into a string of bad luck last year. The Vikings are a very well built team, and the Packers regressed a little bit. I mean, they still have a really good defense, but other than Aaron Rodgers, nobody on offense.
See, I got the Vikings going 11-6 and win the division. I have them splitting the games with the Packers, but I got the Packers going 10-7, followed by the Lions and Bears both going 8-9. I feel like both teams are going to improve significantly this year, but not really enough to make any noise.
Mm-hmm.
Just look better and give their fans some hope about the future. And the Packers obviously regressed, and the Vikings are just a well-built team.
Yeah. NFC West, I think the Rams are going to win it, going 12-5. Cardinals are going to go 10-7 this year. Kyler Murray, whenever that new Call of Duty drops, the record is going to drop.
Week 9, Week 8, one of those weeks.
49ers are going to go 9-8. You know, Trey Lance is a new essentially a rookie quarterback. I don't know if they're going to be able to put it together, that quickly. And then the Seahawks 3-13 because there's no talent on that team whatsoever, other than maybe DK Metcalf.
Yeah, that's fair. I got the Rams going 13-4, tying with the Chargers for the best record in the NFL. And then I got the Niners actually going 11-6. I understand Trey Lance is a new quarterback, but it's just a great system he's being put into, one that kind of fits his style, in my opinion, especially with their running game and how safe it is to throw the ball to George Kittle and how they use Debo as well. And then I got the Cardinals actually going 8-9. Missing D-Hop for those first 6 games is really going to hurt him, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to go 0-6 in those games by any means, but I just don't think they're going to finish. They might get above 500, but this could also just be a horrible take that we're going to look back on later. Then I got the Seahawks going 3-14 because, well, they're the Seahawks. They lost their best player. They didn't do great last year, and they lost their all-pro quarterback.
I messed up with my rank. I put 3-13 instead of 3-14.
I knew what you meant. I just didn't want to say anything.
I have them going 3-14. So what's next? Let's do.
We got the South and the East left to do.
Let's do the South. So the Buccaneers 3-14, great team. Tom Brady's
Yes,
still
3-14. The Bucks are going 3-14.
13-4. They're going 13-4. Tom Brady's still a great quarterback despite being 45 years old. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's still there. Leonard Fournette, the running back. Great defense. Devin White. And then Panthers. Another bold take. I'm going to say they make the playoffs going 9-8. The Saints are going to go 8-9, and the Falcons 2-15 at the worst record in the division. I think the Panthers are going to make it just because Baker Mayfield is there. He's going to bring in a different kind of energy into the locker room. They have a really good young defense. They have a really good young offense.
You think the Falcons are really going to win 2 games?
Marcus Mariota is their starting quarterback.
I mean, that's fair, but the Panthers aren't a great team, and neither are the Saints. And they play both of them twice. They're guaranteed to pretty much probably at least split the series with at least the Panthers.
That's the 2 wins they have.
I got the Bucks going 12-5, winning the division. The Saints going 9-8. They're a good team. With Michael Thomas healthy, there's no saying what they can do as long as Jameis plays well, coming off his injury.
30-30, that's all I got to say.
30 picks, 30 tutties, 5,000 yards. That would have been the greatest season of all time if he just only threw like 12 interceptions, because that would have created so many more yards and touchdowns for him.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got the Panthers going 6-11. They're going to have a lot of momentum coming out of week 1, win their first 3, and then go 3-11 throughout the rest of the season, in my opinion. Then I got the Falcons going 5-12. I know they're not a great team, but even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, and you give him 17 tries. I'm sure he's bound to get it a few times.
There's not much talent there other than maybe Kyle Pitts and
AJ Terrell.
And then they have Grady Jarrett on the defense, but
a lot of it depends on how they use Cordero Patterson again, because he was kind of a wild card for them last year that kind of just exploded out of nowhere, which got them a good bit of wins last year. So last up, we got the NFC East. This is just a god-awful division like it always has been. I got the Cowboys going 10-7 and winning it. The Eagles going 9-8. The Commanders going 8-9, and the Giants going 6-11. There's not really much to say. It's been the Cowboys division for years, despite the fact that they can never make out like the second round of the playoffs. Just there's not really much competition in this division. Next year could definitely change with the Eagles being a young team and progressing. This year could honestly, the Eagles could steal it from them this year, but the Commanders need a few more years, and the Giants are just whatever. I don't know what they are.
I have the Eagles winning the division at 9-8. I'm going to take another bold take and say the Cowboys missed the playoffs also at 9-8. And then the Commanders 6-11, Giants 5-12. I mean, Commanders and Giants, not really much to say. Carson Wentz, Daniel Jones. That's all I really need to mention there. As far as the Cowboys and the Eagles go, the Eagles upgraded in the wide receiver position. Now Devontae Smith is the number 2 guy. A.J. Brown's the number 1. They just acquired C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the safety. He's a really good young player to add to the defense. They still have Darius Slay there. And then the Cowboys, I mean, it's the Cowboys.
Yeah. hey, it's their year.
Their year. They're here to miss the playoffs.
It's been their year since '99, and I'm sick of hearing it. All right, so for the last bit, we're going to do our playoff predictions. We already went through the records, so it's kind of a given. We're just going to run through them real quick. You want to go 7-1 or 1-7?
Let's go 1-7.
All right, so in the AFC, I got the Chargers at the 1 seed. I just feel like they're a great team and can have a really huge breakout year. Then at the 2, I got the Ravens. Lamar's coming back, looking healthy again. And I feel like they're just going to win the division, and it's not going to be particularly close. They're going to have like a 2-3 game cushion over the Bengals. 3 seed, I got the Bills. They're the Bills. They're a great offense, but they still have no run game, and I have no faith in their defense after what I saw in their last performance of the year. And then you got the Titans at 4 at 10-7. Same record as the Colts, but I don't think the Colts are going to make the playoffs. I think there's just too many other good teams. The Chiefs at the 5 seed. They're the Chiefs. They haven't regressed that much, but I just feel like the Chargers are going to take a leap this year. At 6, I got the Bengals after their miracle run. I just don't think it's going to happen again. They'll get the 6th seed, probably lose in round 1 or 2. Then at 7, I got the Pats, and they're probably also going to lose in round 1, but I just needed some filler teams.
So for the AFC, I have the Bills at 14-3 in the 1st seed. Chargers 2nd seed, 13-4. Titans at the 3rd seed, 12-5. Ravens in the 4th seed at 12-5 as well. The Bengals in the 5 seed at 11-6, the Chiefs in the 6 seed at 11-6, and then the Dolphins are going to lock in that last playoff spot.
It's fair. So we're going to go over the NFC now. I got the Rams winning the division again, taking the 1 seed, and then got the Bucks at the 2 seed. Even with an aging Tom Brady, I mean, they're still almost a lock to make the playoffs, especially in the division they're in. And at 3, I got the Vikings edging out the Packers for that division spot. I got the Cowboys winning the NFC East with the 4 seed. The Niners getting the first wild card. The Packers getting the 6th seed, and the Eagles getting the 7.
I have Buccaneers taking the number 1 seed, 13-4. Rams 12-5. Vikings 10-7. Eagles 9-8. Then the Packers are going to kick off that wild card spot at 10-7. Then the Cardinals also 10-7. And then my bold take of the year: Panthers make the playoffs. 9-8. Cowboys miss. I think it's gonna happen. I truly believe it's gonna